Hey students, so I'm going to go over the R&J Cloze assignment that's due February 1st. So it says, students, please complete the Romeo and Juliet Cloze assignment. During this assignment, you will complete the fill-in-the-blank questions based on the presentation during class. This assignment is worth 10 points and is due before midnight on Monday, February 1st. So over here, I have the assignment open. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger for you guys. And it says, Tragic Love and Introduction to Romeo and Juliet, Part 1, Romeo and Juliet Summary. So do you see where here it says Family Feud? In the presentation I'm going to show you, you're going to see the titles on the top, and that's how you know what section you're in. And what you're doing is you're filling in the blank. So it says the story takes place in blank, Italy, in the late blank. So if you look over here, you're putting in Verona in the 1500s. That's all you're doing. So this video is mostly to show you the PowerPoint, and I would suggest doing the split screen where you get the Windows key and you also get the left arrow, and you fill in the blanks that way. It's what makes the most sense. I'm not going to go and give you the answers. The answers are in the presentation that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you the presentation at this point. So Tragic Love and Introduction to Romeo and Juliet. A Family Feud. The story takes place in Verona, Italy in the late 1500s. The Capulet and the Montagues have been fighting for several years. So at this point, where it has the blanks, you're going to put the Capulets and the Montagues. On the Capulet side, we have Juliet Capulet, Lord and Lady Capulet, Count Paris, Tybalt, and the nurse. On the Montagues, we have Romeo, Lord and Lady Montague, Benvolio, Mercutio, and Friar Lawrence. So the Capulets throw a big party. Romeo Montague wants to go to the party to see Rosaline, a girl he likes. At this point, he doesn't know Juliet. He's really in love with Rosaline. And because of the feud between the Capulets and the Montagues, his family is not invited. So he dresses in costume and sneaks in. Falling in love. So at this point, we're in a different section. Falling in love. At the party, Romeo sees a girl, Juliet Capulet, and falls instantly in love. Soon he finds out she is a Capulet. Juliet sees Romeo and falls in love with him too. She has no idea that he's a member of the Montague family. Juliet learns that Romeo is a Montague. She goes out onto her balcony to tell the stars about her love for Romeo. Romeo hears her and tells her he feels the same way. So this is a picture of Juliet on her balcony, and she's going and telling the stars that she has feelings for Romeo. A secret marriage. So this section, new section, remember, let's pay attention to the sections. A secret marriage. The next day, Romeo and Juliet are married secretly by Romeo's friend, Friar Lawrence. So the next day, so this is a day after they met. Romeo and Juliet are married secretly by Romeo's friend, Friar Lawrence. And in the 1500s, a friar would be similar to like a priest in the Catholic Church, so he's able to perform marriage rites. And in the little picture, you can see they're hiding, they're in secret. They're getting married, okay? A fight. The same day that Romeo and Juliet are married, Romeo's cousin Benvolio and his best friend Mercutio get into a fight with Juliet's cousin Tybalt. Tybalt is mad at Romeo for coming to the Capulets' party, so he starts a fight with Benvolio and Mercutio. Romeo shows up. He doesn't want to fight Tybalt because he is married to Juliet, but he cannot tell anyone. Romeo's friends don't understand why Romeo won't fight, so Mercutio fights Tybalt instead, and Tybalt kills Mercutio. Romeo is furious and kills Tybalt. So, at this point, Tybalt killed Mercutio, which was Romeo's best friend, and Romeo is mad, so he kills Tybalt, which is Juliet's cousin. That's going to be an awkward honeymoon, guys. Super awkward. So in this picture, you can see how it is when you would fight back in the 1500s. You would get your sword. You guys didn't have like guns or anything, and whoever killed the other guy first is the winner. So that's the point of the fight. A banishment. A banishment. So the Prince of Verona tells Romeo that he needs to leave the city and never come back, and that's called banishment. If you're banned from a place going back there, that's called being banished. And Juliet is very sad that Romeo's gone. Remember, Juliet just got married to him earlier in the day, and later on in the day, he kills her cousin, and she's very sad because that's her husband. And so, Juliet is sad that Romeo's gone because he is banished for killing Tybalt. A matchmaking father. Juliet's father, who doesn't know that Juliet is already married to Romeo, decides to marry her to a man, and his name is Count Paris. So Juliet's father sees that Juliet is really sad, and he's like, hey, I know you're really sad, so I'm going to go and get you married to this guy so that you won't be sad. And so he ends up marrying her to this guy named Count Paris, and let's see what happens. A desperate plan. So, Juliet goes to Friar Lawrence, that's Romeo's friend the priest, for help. He gives her a potion to drink that'll make her look dead, even though she will really be just sleeping. So he's given her a potion that will put her in a coma. The friar says he will tell Romeo to come get her from the family tomb. So the friar is going to write a letter to Romeo and tell her Juliet is not dead. You need to pick her up from the tomb because the plan is that Romeo and Juliet will run away and they'll go and live happily ever after. Some deadly gossip. So before Friar Lawrence can tell Romeo that Juliet is not really dead, Romeo gets a message from a friend that Juliet is dead in Verona. Romeo wants to die beside his wife, so he buys poison and goes to Juliet's tomb. At the door of the tomb, Romeo fights and kills Count Paris. So at this point, Romeo has killed Tybalt, who's Juliet's cousin, and now he kills Count Paris. And so he buys poison because he wants to die next to his wife because he thinks that Juliet is dead, but Juliet's really sleeping because she took a potion from Friar Lawrence. It's very confusing. So, in this picture, you see Romeo, and he's going to buy some poison from the apothecary. An apothecary is like a drugstore, like CVS or Walgreens, and you could go and buy medicine, but you can also buy poison, because sometimes people had to, like, kill rats or, kill, like, squirrels or something. And so, at that time in history, you could go to CVS or Walgreens and buy poison. So, the deaths of Romeo and Juliet. Inside the tomb, Romeo drinks the poison and dies next to Juliet. 1 minute later, Juliet wakes up and sees Romeo dead next to her. Oh no! Friar Lawrence comes into the tomb and tells Juliet what happened. This is all a big misunderstanding. I was supposed to tell him, but he left early and all that stuff. So Juliet takes Romeo's dagger and kills herself. So, at this point, Romeo drinks the poison and dies. Juliet wakes up from her sleep, and she takes the dagger and kills herself. Oh my god, so many people have died in this poem, in this play. And this happens over the course of 3 days, guys. Bunch of people died over 3 days. Super crazy. A lesson learned. The Montagues and the Capulets learn a lesson from the death of their children. They agree to never fight again. And so at this point, the Montagues have learned, and the Capulets have learned, that their fighting has led to their children going behind their backs, to their children trying to take fate and destiny in their own hands, try to do things the wrong way, and as a result, they have died because of their misunderstandings and their mistakes. And both families decide to squash their beef and never fight again. So, this is part 2, tragedy. So Romeo and Juliet is a tragedy. The definition of a tragedy is a dramatic work that has a serious or sad theme. It has a character that has many problems or weaknesses. A tragedy usually ends with the deaths of one or more of the main characters. At this point, we are done with the assignment. In the comment section below, you're going to see timestamps, and if you're missing anything, you can go back to those timestamps, take a pause, fill in the blanks, and keep watching, or go to the timestamps. Again, we're done with the assignment. I hope you guys submit it. I wish you luck, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!